Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Mediocre Human Podcast, and we're just going to jump right in today. Let's address the elephant in the room. That being the last episode I put out was released on March 27th, and it is now June 21st. The reason for this being that life got a little crazy, and I know a while back I said that I wouldn't take another break and I would be more consistent, but life got in the way, and I had stuff to tend to and things to deal with. So we're going to talk about what's happened since I've been gone. Something super exciting is that today, actually, Mediocre Human, the podcast that you're listening to right now, has a YouTube channel, which is so exciting. The past episodes and the episodes in the foreseeable future won't have live video to them, but I am working on it. I need to buy a tripod and a lot of other things. The only thing I have ready is a camera, and I need more than that. So please be patient with this process, but I am working on it, I promise. So that's super exciting. You may or may not have noticed that I deleted a few episodes. Just because I got in my head a little bit, I listened back to them and I didn't like them, so I deleted them. I wish I hadn't, but you can't undelete it, so it's what's done is done. But so sorry about that. I think for today we're just gonna jump right into the topic, which I'm so excited for: my unpopular opinions. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so first up, let's talk about rain. I have a love-hate relationship with rain. I love watching it. I hate being in it. I it's a sensory thing when I don't like getting wet. I don't know, it's a sensory issue. I can't do it. I can't handle it. I hate being rained on. The only time I like rain is if I'm just like gonna get completely soaked. But if I'm just gonna get drizzled on, no thanks. I'd rather not. I want to be completely dry or completely wet. No in between, thanks. That one was a little random, but I don't know, just had to put it out there. Next one, microfiber. Ugh. Another sensory issue. I hate the texture of microfiber. Cannot handle it. Can't do it. Nope. Especially when it's wet. Building on that, wet potato. I hate touching wet potatoes. You may be wondering, why are you touching wet potatoes? I work in a place where all of our chips are house-made. So I have to touch wet potatoes for work. Almost every single time I work. So, the texture of wet potatoes, no. It's horrible. I hate it. I'd rather never touch them again, to be honest. Okay, so I just listened back to the last clip, and the audio was a little weird. But I'm not going to do it again, so you're just going to have to deal with it, and this should be better from now on. Okay, next unpopular opinion I want to talk about. I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. This is just something I kind of want to put out there because I don't think it's talked about enough. Grades. School-wise, grades do not matter. Grades are not a measure of intelligence. If you're failing all your classes, that does not mean that you're not smart. Some people just aren't school people. That's how I am. I hate school. I've always hated school. I have test anxiety. I don't like working around people. I work better alone, and that's not the environment that school is. So it's just not for me, just like how it's not for a lot of people. So if you're not doing well in school, don't let that weigh down on you. Many of the most successful people in the world right now were high school and college dropouts who went and did their own thing. And they're also some of the smartest people in the world. As long as you are trying your best, you are doing great, I promise. Okay, next one, Gordon Ramsay. Let me elaborate on this for a second. My unpopular opinion is that I think Gordon Ramsay is extremely attractive. I don't know why. I just thought I'd put that out there. So with that being said, let's move on to the next one. Okay, next one. Relationship slander. I hate when people diss relationships or hate on relationships as a whole. And what I mean by this is the people online that are like, oh, fuck relationships, I don't need a bitch, or I don't need no man, or like, I don't need love, relationships suck, they just tie you down. I hate when people hate on relationships. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, and here's why. I want to make one thing very clear. Relationships are not bad. They're not. If it is a healthy relationship, it should not tie you down. It should not take away your freedom, and it should not add a weight onto your shoulders. You know what? I'm gonna say this. This is something that I heard very long time ago, and I've been thinking about it ever since, and I think everybody needs to hear this. Stay single until you meet someone who complements your life in a way that makes it better to be in that relationship than it would be to be single. Think about that. If this relationship is not complementing your life in a way that it is making life better and easier than it was before, then you shouldn't be in it. Your relationship should make life lighter and more fun. It should not stress you out. It should not feel like a chore. And it should not feel like you are taking care of somebody else. Relationships are incredible if they are healthy and with the right person. Now, with that being said, I do not want you to think that I'm saying relationships are easy 100% of the time, because that is not true. They are hard. They are a challenge, but they are such a fun challenge. It is so worth it. There is nothing like having that one person that you can go to for anything. Having that one person that you can love unconditionally and that makes you feel loved unconditionally is the best feeling ever. And people that hate on relationships, most of the time, they are people that have either never been in one, never been in a serious one per se, or were treated horribly in their last one. But I'm telling you right now, if it is a healthy and happy relationship, there's nothing bad that you could say about it, and it is so worth it. Now, staying in the relationship realm, let's talk about our parents' relationship. Now, this is something that I've seen in my life and a lot of my friends and just people that I surround myself with. Your parents' relationship is the blueprint. You grow up seeing how your parents treat each other and how they treat their relationship, and that in your mind becomes the blueprint for how you treat your future relationships, the good and the bad. No matter how good their relationship is or how bad it is, you take bits and pieces because you grow up thinking that that's how relationships are. That's how marriage is. And so that's how you treat your partner. That wasn't really an unpopular opinion. It's just something I felt like I needed to talk about, but yeah. Still staying on the topic of relationships, unpopular opinion, PDA. My unpopular opinion is PDA doesn't really bother me. Now, okay, well, there's limits. If you're making out with your significant other in the Target aisle, no, go in your car and do that or something, or go home and make out. Why are you doing it in Cabela's? Go somewhere else. You don't need to be making out in public like that. Now, hey, I don't understand why people get so upset about like people hugging in public or people hand holding in public, or even like not making out, but kissing in public is not, like, what's the big deal? People get so upset about PDA, and it makes me so mad. Let people show affection. Anyway, that was all for that one. We're going to completely change gears here and talk about emojis. My unpopular opinion, I kind of love emojis. Like, there are some times where I'm typing and I'm being sarcastic and I need the person to know that I'm being sarcastic, so I throw in an emoji in there to make it obvious that I'm being sarcastic. Now, most of the time when I use emojis, I'm using them ironically in a funny way. The only time I ever use emojis seriously is if I'm texting my grandma and I send her like a heart. You know, I'm not going to be sending... There's only one emoji that I really use seriously, and it's the emoji of the heart, but it's the hand heart, like the two hands coming together to make the little heart. I love that emoji. Most of them I use it ironically because they're funny. Sometimes you need to throw an emoji in there, you know, to get your point across. Like the other day, my friend texted me telling me something about our friend, and like she was wrong about the thing she was telling me about the friend, and so I said, actually it's this, and I sent a little nerd emoji at the end so she knew I was being lighthearted about it and not being a stuck-up know-it-all bitch. You know, I had to throw the nerd emoji in there to keep it light. Emojis are good sometimes. I like them. Okay, next thing. We're gonna go back into the topic of relationships. When you get married, and this is specifically talking about hetero relationships here, male-female relationships, talking to the men in the relationship here. When you get married, your wife is your family now. It makes me so incredibly angry when men choose their mother over their wife. You have picked this person to spend the rest of your life with, to create a family with, to spend forever with. And this person is your life. They are your life. They are your everything. But you're still picking your mama over them? Are we serious right now? You love your mom as much as I do. You love her to your heart's extent. You go nuts. Go crazy. Give your mom all the love in the world. I love my mom. I love her more than you could ever imagine. My mother has sacrificed so much for me, and I could not be any more appreciative. My mom and my dad. I love them so much. I would not be where I am without them. They are the lights of my life, and I am so incredibly grateful and so incredibly lucky that they are my parents, and my heart beats for them. But the day that I get married, that person is my life now. That is my person. That is my family. My parents will always be my family, and I will always love them the same amount. I will never love them any less than I do. If anything, I love them more and more every day. But how do you choose your parents over your partner? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe this isn't an unpopular opinion. Maybe everybody else feels this way too. I don't know. I hope they do. But I have seen firsthand men pick their mother over their wives. Hello? What? Like, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna get really mad about this, so we're moving on. What does this mean? So I'm reading off a list right now. I wrote down the things I wanted to talk about. And what I have here is sex is inappropriate ? I don't really know what I meant by this, but I'm just gonna kind of go with it. I think I know what I meant. Sex is such a taboo topic. I don't think it should be. Why are we afraid to talk about it? And I don't mean in a way where we share our personal sex lives with everybody around us. No. Your sex life is none of my business. I don't want to hear about it. No thanks. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my best friend. I don't care if you're a complete stranger that I've never seen a day in my life. Your sex life stays between you and whoever your partner is at the time. That ain't my business. That is nobody else's business. Do not be talking about it to other people. But I don't think it's a taboo topic. I think openly talking about sex is okay. Not your personal sex life, but sex in general. Why are people so afraid to educate others on sex? There are people out there who don't know anything about safe and healthy sex because it's not talked about enough. Because schools don't want to teach the scary parts of it. And there are scary parts of it. They don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't think it's inappropriate at all. I don't understand why it's seen as such a taboo topic. It's not. It's healthy until it's not, but most of the time it's completely healthy, and I don't understand why it's made such a taboo topic to talk about. I don't know. I don't get it, but where do I go from here? Because I have some random ass other topics on here that have nothing to do with what I just talked about. We're gonna go into, you know what? We just talked about sex. My next one is about religion. Let's go into this one. My unpopular opinion: religion does not make you a good person. I'm gonna use Christianity as an example, because this is the religion that I grew up in. But this goes for any religion, not just Christianity, not just one religion or another, every single one. Again, using Christianity as an example, just because you go to church every Sunday and you follow the commandments and you live your life through God does not make you a good person. The only thing that makes you a good person is how you treat other people. That's it. How you talk about religion doesn't make you a good or bad person. How you practice your religion doesn't make you a good or bad person. Just because you identify as religious or spiritual doesn't make you a good person. You are good as long as you are treating other people with respect. You don't have to understand people. You don't have to understand why a person is a certain religion. You don't have to understand why someone uses certain pronouns. You don't have to understand why someone does their hair this way or why they wear these clothes. You do not have to understand, but you do have to be fucking respectful. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you come from, because everybody is a human being. Everybody bleeds the same freaking blood, and I don't understand how people let certain shit bother them. Why are you so bothered that someone wants to be bald or wants to wear ankle socks or wants to use she, her pronouns? Why does it fucking matter? If that makes that person happy, fucking wonderful. Treat them with respect. And if you don't treat them with the respect they deserve, you are a fucking bad person. That's just how it is. Because I said it like 2 minutes ago and I'm about to say it again. The only thing that defines whether or not you are a good person is how you treat other people. Anyway, next one, diet culture. It's stupid. It's still bad. It is still bad. But in the day and age that I grew up in, I grew up with a lot of diets being pushed on TV in commercials. Think of an example, Jenny Craig, the Atkins diet, intermittent fasting, paleo, keto. Now, some of these can be done in a healthy way, but most of the time they can create some pretty unhealthy habits. And growing up in the age that I did, seeing those commercials on the TV, my relationship with food was fucked from the start. Growing up being told that diets are fun, or diets are good for you, diets are awesome, diets will make you skinny. 7-year-old Kayana did not need to hear that, because I would have been better off never hearing about diets in my entire life than going through the yo-yo cycle, fluctuating, because that's what I did for many years. I fluctuated. I struggled. Diet culture is so toxic, and it's still being talked about. Keto diets are still being pushed. Intermittent fasting is still being pushed. Paleo. all still insanely popular dieting trends. And I'm not saying that these are inherently unhealthy, but I am saying that 90% of the time they lead to unhealthy habits, and more likely than not, eating disorders. Diets need to stop being pushed in media. We need to stop teaching children about diets. Are we joking? What we need to teach children about is nutrition. There is a difference. I don't care who I'm gonna get mad. Nutrition should be what's taught. We need to be taught about basic nutrition. I feel like nutrition classes should be required in high schools across the country. People need to know that fat is okay. Carbs are okay. Meat is okay. Protein's fine for you. Eat beef. Go for it. Don't eat beef. That's fine. Eat the bread. I'm going to get away from this because it makes me very upset to talk about, so I'm going to move on. Night showers. I am a night shower advocate. I don't like morning showers. If it's necessary, I'll take one. If I wake up feeling sweaty, I'll take a morning shower. But I am very much a night shower person. Even if I showered in the morning, I'm still going to shower at night. I'm not going to go through my whole day being in the outside air and getting in my bed with my outside skin. No, I'm cleaning it. I'm washing my body. I don't understand. Like, I am the type of person, if I wear clothes outside, I can't wear those clothes in my bed. They need to be washed. I don't care how long I'm outside. I don't care if I'm outside for 30 seconds. I don't care if I'm outside for 30 hours. If I wear those clothes outside, they're being washed before I get in bed. I'm changing my clothes to get into bed. I am washing myself before I get in my bed. My bed is a sacred place. There will be no dirty socks in it. There will be no dirty shoes in it. There will be no dirty clothes in it. There will be no dirty humans in it. My bed is where I sleep. It is my clean, safe space. Do not wear dirty shit in bed, please. I don't know. Unpopular opinion. I have to take a shower before every night because I am not putting my dirty body in my bed. Anyway, next unpopular opinion. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit up for this one. I've been laying down this whole time. I'm gonna sit up for this one. Give me a second. Okay, I had to sit up and wrap myself in a blanket and get comfy for this one because this is one that I'm really passionate about, and I'm probably going to get a little loud, so I just had to prepare myself. Unpopular opinion: apologies don't mean shit. Don't say sorry to me because it doesn't mean anything. Why are you saying sorry to me? You can shove that sorry up your ass. Apologies don't mean anything. If you're sorry, show it. Fix your action. Apologize through your actions, not with your words. I hate when people say sorry to me because it doesn't mean anything. Because they apologize and they go do the same shit again. So what's the point in fucking apologizing if you're not going to fix it? Oh, you accidentally, I don't know, broke my vase. Don't say sorry. Be like, oh wow, that's totally my fault. I'll buy you another one. And then go buy me another one. And I'll be like, hey, thanks, appreciate you. Don't be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because what does that do? Absolutely nothing. Let me think of a little more like serious situation. Ooh, cheating. I'm just using me as an example. This can go for anybody or anything. You're cheating on me and I find out. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. I don't care. Don't apologize to me because you're not sorry. You did it. It's done. You're not sorry. If you were sorry, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. You know? No, sometimes things are genuinely accidents. Apologies are fine in things that are genuinely like bumping into someone at the grocery store. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's fine. That's different. But if it's like you get mad and you accidentally smack someone, no. Don't say sorry for that because you did it. You felt you wanted to do it in the moment and you did it. You're not sorry about it because your emotions in that moment were valid and you acted on them. And that's fine. Maybe didn't handle it in the best way, but it's not something you need to apologize for. Just Be like, oh my God, I recognize I should not have done that. And next time I get upset, I promise that I will think before I act. And that's done deal. Don't say sorry to me. Because if you say sorry to me, that's just going to make me 10 times more upset, I promise you. Back to the cheating thing. You're not sorry if you cheated in the first place. If you were sorry, you wouldn't have done it. So don't apologize to me. If I ever get cheated on, I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a Greek god. I'm breaking up with them. I don't care how attractive they are, how wealthy they are. If they cheat on me, they're gone. I'm leaving, you know? But some people do take cheaters back, which is completely fine. I just would never. But in this example, let's just say I stay with them, right? The apology still means nothing to me. I expect them to show me through their actions to never do it again. Be like, what I did was wrong, and I promise for the future it will never happen again, and I want to prove that to you. I want to prove that I am all in for you, and you only, and never again will I ever entertain the thought of letting another person into my life again, and leave it at that. The moment you apologize to me, my anger is increased 80%. Don't apologize to me. And this is a very unpopular opinion because sometimes all people want is apologies. If someone wants me to apologize to them, I will. But only if they ask me to. I've always hated saying sorry because in my mind, it means nothing. The actions following mean everything. But the words themselves are worthless. Anyway, those are my unpopular opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It is a little bit longer one, so sorry about that. I'm at 47 minutes of recording right now. I'm not sure how long it's going to end up being, probably around 30. But I am so excited to be making episodes for you guys again. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode again. I know I just talked shit on apologies, but I'm about to apologize. Sorry for being gone for so long, but I promise it won't happen again. I'm gonna work hard for you guys. Actions speak louder than words. Treat other people with respect and don't go on a diet. Diets are bad for your brain. They may be good for your body for a short amount of time, but the long-term benefits are horrible. Love you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the Mediocre Human YouTube and follow Mediocre Human Podcast on Instagram and Mediocre Humans on Twitter. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next week. Bye.